Who doesn't love a nice day at the beach? The wind in your hair, the salty breeze, and the sunshine. There's just one slight problem with this scenario. This wasn't the beach you intended to land on, and the only thing you have with you currently is a fragment of your wrecked ship. Today we're going to be talking about Robinson Crusoe from Portal Games. And you may have heard about the game and that it's a cooperative survival game, that there are 7 different scenarios in the box, etc. But just knowing that there are 7 starting scenarios doesn't really tell the full story. The basic mechanisms of the game are the same each time you play, but each scenario plays completely differently. So today we're going to explore each scenario included in the game box so that you can get an idea of just how much content is there. We're also going to look at the slight changes that will make each scenario feel unique and fresh. The first scenario is the Castaways scenario. In this scenario, you find yourself and your unlucky friends wrecked on an island without any shelter, or a way of surviving, other than your bare hands and what you managed to wash ashore with. So what's the plan? Build a fire. Build a really, really big fire over 5 different rounds. And in this scenario, players are faced with the simple task of staying alive and signaling a passing ship that they're on the island. This seems simple enough to do this, but you have to collect lots of wood. You have to stave off the elements, the wildlife, and the bad luck that seems to plague you on this cursed island. If you can successfully collect the supplies you need and survive into the 10th, 11th, or 12th round, you'll win. The second scenario is the Cursed Island scenario. And in this scenario, you were sent to an island to perform a difficult and dangerous task of an exorcism. But on the way to the island, your ship was sunk, and though you managed to swim to shore, you still have your task at hand, cleansing this island of the evil that hides here. And the goal of this scenario is quite simple. You have to build 5 crosses around the island to cleanse the area. There's just the problem of the mysterious fog that keeps rolling in, and there may be a few suspect altars and temples around to get in your way. In Scenario 3, Jenny Needs Help, players are once again wrecked on this island together, or so they thought. As you look across the water, you notice that one of your shipmates, Jenny, didn't quite make it all the way to the island. She's trapped on a rock far away from the main landmass and needs help quickly. Rescuing your friend is step 1, but after this daring mission, you still have to escape by building a lifeboat. If you're able to complete these tasks without anyone dying, including a recovering Jenny, you escape the island. Scenario 4 is titled Volcano Island, and in this scenario, you and a group of treasure-hunting adventurers are on the prowl for lost artifacts and adventure. The only problem is that your boat is destroyed and the large volcano in the middle of the jungle looks to be active. In this scenario, you and up to 3 of your friends have to race against the clock to explore mysterious underground temples, hidden caves, and abandoned villages to leave with as much treasure as possible. There's one issue with this, however. Due to the ash and the difficult terrain, exploring is harder than it normally would be. And as you move about the island, the lava flowing from the volcano is making large sections inaccessible. Players have to find a certain number of treasures based on the player count while avoiding monsters and traps, all while attempting to rebuild their boat to escape. In Scenario 5, players have to visit the Cannibal Island. As if your boat sinking and you being shipwrecked wasn't enough, you've come to find yourself on an island overrun with cannibals. In this scenario, your goal is simple: destroy the cannibal city. The only problem is that there's a network of cannibal villages that you have to destroy first to weaken the city's forces. Each tile the players overturn could be another village discovered, and each tile could also result in wounds, raided resources, and lowered morale. Players have to survive raids and their own fears to survive and accomplish what seems to be impossible. Scenario 6 of Robinson Crusoe is Family Robinson, and in this scenario, you and your shipmates have no hope of ever escaping the island. Since a way off the island is out of the question, you and your friends decide that this island has to become home. You'll need a strong house and have decided to raise a family. Making this rough terrain a habitable living space is tougher than it sounds, however. You'll need lots of useful items and tools to help settle in, and in later rounds, you find that children begin to arrive. These joyful arrivals also bring challenges along with them, as each round, children have to be fed. If the players can't feed any of the children born in rounds 7, 9, and 11, everyone will lose. If players can feed everyone, stay alive, build their shelter with a roof and some barriers, and construct all the random items drawn at the start of the game, they win. And finally, Scenario 7 is the dreadful adventure on King Kong Island. All of your experience on the cursed island has brought you to this. You have to film a legendary creature the likes of which has never been seen before. This task turned out to be much harder than you anticipated, and to make matters worse, the members of your crew are beginning to disappear. You have to, as a group, build 3 traps and then use a special hunt action to capture King Kong and film the beast. These traps have to be built on King Kong's lairs, and you have to escape the island with the actress and the director alive. The beast is slowly targeting your crew, and it's up to you and your friends to escape the island in time. As you can see, simply saying that 7 scenarios are included in the box doesn't quite do Robinson Crusoe justice. Each different scenario is unique, and the challenges offered by each will test you and your skills in different ways. So grab some friends and dive in. The Cursed Island is waiting for you.